got to hear about this project from a colleague, lawyer and a friend. His name is Christopher. He heard about it from a friend on the GIMPA website. I believe it was pasted there. He informed me about it, and I thought it was an excellent idea. I felt it was a good opportunity for me to enhance my experience and my exposure in the profession. So immediately I applied, and I haven't regretted doing that. It's been an amazing experience. That's how I got. That's my encounter with the project and the reasons why I actually decided to participate.
How I found it was very interesting. I'd just seen the ad in the newspaper, and a friend called me and she was like, "Mommy, I think there's something that I think you would really like to be part of. So it's a program for a 6-month internship in Italy. I think you'd be great for." I was like, "Oh, I just saw it." So I read what it had to do with, and all the things that were providing for us. And I was like, it sounds like a very good experience, and it sounds like a very good opportunity for me as a young lawyer trying to make it. So I just read what it entailed, and I applied, and here we are. And I haven't regretted anything so far. My expectations. I felt that it was going to enhance my knowledge of international law. It was going to expose me internationally. It was going to give me the chance to move out of my box and see what was out in the world and experience the law in a different country. And also the fact that I got to travel out of my country and experience a different culture was also a plus. So those were my expectations. And just to meet new colleagues and to network was just part of the numerous expectations I had for this project, and having every single one of them having met.
My expectations indeed was also to learn from practices beyond Ghana. After my call, I have been in Ghana since, and I felt this was a good opportunity for me to meet professionals outside Ghana, especially coming from a common law country. This is a country where basically the practice is a civil law jurisdiction. So it was a good experience for me. I felt this was a good opportunity, not for me to just enjoy your meals, because we've all heard about Italian pizza meals. It's wonderful. So I had all those expectations. Meet new people, make new friends, meet new professionals and how they work. The meals, the food, everything. Your civil law jurisdiction, know how you practice in your courts. These were my expectations, and I have experienced going through all of that, and I've enjoyed it so far.
Okay, when we're coming in, after we got the opportunity and we were told that we were selected, well, fine, we'll be here in a month. It took more than a month because just getting the visa and then going to the embassy, every time we're waiting to hear from someone, it wasn't the fault of ASLA, it was the fault of our embassy, the Italian embassy, because there was lack of organization. I think it was maybe because it was a new maiden program for them. They didn't know how to go about it. But so it was very stressful for us because you'd be there 1 minute, they say bring this, and they say you here for them for a month or two, and it was getting frustrated. But we knew that there was a silver lining, and we had to get here. So either way, we had to do what we had to do, and we're here. So.
Yes, it was the same for me. The organization initially, it was a bit worrying. They call you for something, you provide it, and then a month or some weeks later, they call you asking, okay, we asked for this, why haven't you brought them? It was just back and forth. We didn't know what was happening. It got a bit disturbing at some point in time because the program was supposed to start at a certain point, and then the delays came in. But then all in all, everything went well. Maybe because this is the beginning, like she said, subsequent ones are probably going to get better, getting to know people who would help and facilitate the whole process and assist us to be able to speed up the whole process. Yes.
We're met at the airport by Christina and Barbara of ASLA. And just the fact, because you're coming from your home and you're missing your family and you're away for 6 months, you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to meet. But just the way they met us at the airport with signs, and I was like, okay, this must be fun. Everybody's very nice. So the first impression was wonderful. Everybody was nice. The cold hit us when we came in. But apart from that, the reception was very nice. And everybody has been nice to us since then.
The welcoming was lovely. It felt like home away from home because Barbara and Christina welcomed us. They had these papers with the colors of the national flag, the Ghanaian flag with the black star, very well done, It didn't just have our names, but they had our flags welcoming us. The excitement they had on their faces, taking pictures of us, to put on the ASLA page. I don't know. It gave us goosebumps. It was nice. It felt great. And then I had my first lasagna. It was it was wonderful. So the welcome was ecstatic. We had lunch. We saw beautiful buildings. The first thing I felt was, wow, these buildings, and everything was just beautiful. We were very comfortable from the very beginning, and it's been continuous for us. It's been amazing.
5 stairs to our apartments, so that was interesting.
Okay, my impression initially was, like I said, wow, it was magnificent, because when we came out of the train, the first building I saw was the Duomo. When we came out, and I was like, whoa, then far better. And then that was when we started taking pictures. This is magnificent. It was beautiful. And I basically thought I was going to come into a beautiful city, but seeing it, especially looking at Duomo, it was just beautiful. Milan is a beautiful city.
My first impression, I was cold. So I had my jacket up to here. I said, oh gosh, when is the sun coming up? But it was nice. Just seeing the sights and the sounds, and you've heard so much about Milan, it's fashion city.
Yeah.
Everybody was nicely dressed. It was just nice, and seeing the architecture, it was just a beautiful city from the first onset, and we were just like, okay, 6 months of this is going to be wonderful. But so it was a great impression the first time. When we came to the offices, it was a weekend, and just been learning the signs and what exit means, and where to go out and where to come in, and the tube station. It was a great experience. Just seeing everything for the first time. We're like children. Our eyes were like this the whole time, but it was good. It was a good experience. The 6 months we worked in 2 different firms. I came first to Liberty. The first time I got into Liberty, they all took us for lunch. The young boys, but we had some of the partners in there. So it was interesting because everybody was very warm. Everybody was so affectionate. They seemed happy to they had all heard about us. We're like, I don't know you, but you know my name. So it was very warm. Everybody was very nice, and it was an excellent time. It's a family and very small. The second firm was a larger firm. So as time went on, every day I was meeting new people. I'm like, oh, I've been here for like 2 months and I've never met you before. But it was different because it was different from the Liberty that was smaller, and Pabia Saldo was much bigger. And it was a different contrast with the people that we see different every day, is different people. Liberty, I see everybody one day. So the impression was very different. So it was a great experiencing the two.
I began with Linklaters. That's actually also, so it's quite the opposite. She started with a smaller firm and then moved to a bigger firm, but I started with a much bigger firm. Linklaters was a very cool firm. I met wonderful colleagues who engaged me in their transactions, and it was nice. But I wouldn't say I was only with Linklaters, because partly I was also with Liberty. I was here practically all the time, coming here in the evenings, even for the outings, even for lunch, because the welcome by the lunch, it was amazing. I had a wonderful time. And so after my 3 months in Linklaters, I moved to a smaller firm, which is Ferrari Boni. Which also, like I said, a small place. It felt like a family, very different from Linklaters. Because Linklaters, quite a big firm. You meet people, even after 2 months, you meet some people you've never met before. And I'm like, you must be Dorcas. I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you, but I'm just about 1 week going now. So it was entirely different. But at Ferrari Boni, it's a small firm. It was like a family. Everyone says hello. Everyone comes. Everyone, you meet everyone, you know everyone from the onset. So it was a different experience. And again, in that firm also, I was engaged in their business transactions, meetings. They took me to court sometimes although I couldn't really understand what the judges were saying in Italian, they ended up translating to me after the court proceedings. It was wonderful. I had a good time. All the time I had to be given something to do. Their business transactions, going through their documents, their English. So far as there's an English, document or tailing to me, I had to be engaged in. It was a wonderful experience. I enjoyed it. And they were very sociable. I had a wonderful time. The university experience began very beautifully because I think the next day after we came, we met the dean of the university, Professor Marina Bosquero. The welcoming was beautiful. A very strong-willed woman. She welcomed us in her office. She had lunch with us. Told us of the amazing experience which we were yet to encounter, and the lecturers who were going to take care of the courses we had chosen. So initially, it was just wonderful to have the whole dean say welcome to my university, and I'm glad to have you studying these courses. It was amazing. And then we started, I think, with international economic law. Wonderful lecturer, Giovanna Ginolfi, very wonderful woman. We enjoyed all her classes, and after we moved, after 3 months, we started the next course, which was International Investment Law, Dispute Settlement, and Human Rights, with 2 different lecturers. Also very wonderful people, very interactive, quite different from the first one, because this was very practical, very interactive. We were having moods every now and then. So, after every class, you have questions, and you have, a problem question to start thinking of, you're going to debate at the next class. It was nice. So I had a good experience as well. I think these courses were also very good because investment is a very important, especially with the international investment course, because investment is very crucial for not just developing countries, but developed as well. In Ghana, we make a lot of, economics depends a lot based on investment. So we chose this course, and we're glad we chose to do it. It was a good experience.
We chose these courses at random because it was, as per the problems that we had to go through, we had to choose everything so fast. So I remember when my car together was like, so which one should we choose? Which one should we choose? But we ended up choosing really good courses. The first course that we did was the International Economic Law. It was excellent. It was in a political science class. We were the only 2 lawyers, and we were practically quiet the whole time. We were like, let's just absorb everything we had to absorb and do the best we can do. And we actually enjoyed the class because our lecturer was very engaging. She was glad to have us there. She was always checking up on us. So it was good. The second one was a bit more interactive because we had a lot of moods, as she said. We had a lot of exercises during the classes. And I think for the second one, the students were very engaging because they're also in the same profession, or they're also law students, unlike political science and the mathematicians and economics and everything. So they were nice. They were very engaging. It was a small class, so we got to know each other by name. We even formed a group. So it was very interesting. The courses were very nice, very interesting, and they challenged our minds. And they're really going to help us. It's a plus for us when we get back, and it's a nice addition to your CV. So we appreciate the school experience. It was a good experience for us. And that was a mind-blowing experience. The fact that we're going to Rome in the first week, we're going to Rome. It was nice. They met us exactly. They met us with open arms. We were excited to be there. They engaged us. They had like a whole presentation ready for us. We met Raphael Cantoni, the head of ANAC. It was Christina was with us, and she was starstruck. So we're confused, who is that? But the fact that the whole head came down to see us was nice. The discussion was nice. We learned a lot. Because as you know, we have our bout of a bit of, as everybody would say, everybody has corruption in their country. So it was good to hear how a country is trying to curb corruption and try to put in measures to better their country. And it was an eye-opening experience because we were like, okay, well, there's also a chance for us to take these ideas back home and help our country. So it was good experiencing that and hearing what they had to do and what we could do for us when we get back. So it was a good experience.
Yes, just as she said, it was a mind-blowing experience. Not just the opportunity to go to Rome, because we heard so much about Rome and all the beautiful, the monuments, the buildings. We obviously took advantage of it to go around and see all the beautiful buildings and all the pictures. And then we met with the officials from ANAC. It was wonderful because for us back at home, we don't have any authority which actually engages in supervision and monitoring to prevent actually corruption from happening, rather than to wait for it to happen and think of ways of dealing with people who've been caught in corruption. So it was indeed a very new experience for us. We were very humbled to have the whole president come to say hello to us. There was a presentation where you had a number of, about 5 or 6 of them, who made presentations individually about how the whole authority works, their mode of selection of the people, remuneration. We learned a lot, and indeed we hope that this is going to be the starting point for us to move from waiting for corruption to happen, and so we take steps to prevent it even from happening, to supervise all these agencies in order to move forward, because corruption indeed is a serious cancer affecting not just developing countries but developed countries.